Okay, we'll call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. Computer time, not the wall time. Motion for adoption of minutes.
Resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held at City Hall on Monday, September 28, 2015 be adopted as circulated.
I'll move.
Moved by Councillor Dreger, second by Councillor Espy. All in favor? And that's carried. We have no delegations this evening, and we have no hearings. However, before we move into committee reports, I want to mention a couple of award winners we have here on staff. Sorry, was there a question?
No, I heard this noise. I thought it was my phone, but I turned my phone off when I came in.
I heard it too, but I thought it was from my heart.
Those words are that good, eh?
They are. First of all, I wanted to mention, and he's not here tonight, he's very modest, so I will blow his horn for him. On October the 6th, I had the opportunity to attend the Manitoba Legislature, and Fire Chief Phil Carpenter was awarded the Mary Beth Dolan Meritus Fire Service Medal at that time. This award was established in 1988, and Phil was the 30th person to receive this, so this is not handed out very often. It is awarded to those who have demonstrated excellence, leadership, and outstanding achievement, or those whose contribution has substantially enhanced the safety of the people of Manitoba. Phil was nominated for this prestigious award by his peers at the Manitoba Association of Fire Chiefs, who have recognized his years of dedication and commitment to the betterment of the Manitoba Fire Service. And I just wanted to say, if he was here, Phil, on behalf of the Council of the Citizens of Portage, we are very proud of this achievement, and congratulations. And certainly not to be outdone, we have another award winner, and he's present this evening, and that's Councillor Wayne Wall. Councillor Wall received an award at this year's annual Western Canada Water Conference. He received the William McKay Honorary Life Membership Award. Councillor Wall has been a member of the WCW for 29 years. He's been a member of the MWWA for 23 years. And just recently, he became a member of the AWWA for 21 years. So congratulations, Councillor Wall, on the award.
Thank you, Your Worship.
And Councillor Wall, could we move into Committee, Finance and Legislation?
Yes, Your Worship. Some time ago, Council directed administration to develop a strategic plan which would describe Council's vision during their term, as well as renew the mission and vision statements of the organization. To establish Council's vision, administration conducted executive interviews with members of Council, city staff, strategic partners, and several citizens. Moreover, administration reviewed and renewed the existing analysis of the organization. The data collected through the executive interviews, as well as the analysis, was analyzed and used to develop Council's vision. The attached chart represents 6 objectives Council wishes to measure and expand upon over the course of its mandate. The chart's divided into 3 perspectives. The top, also known as the citizens, partners, and stakeholders perspective, is ultimately what Council is attempting to achieve with its strategy. In order to meet the top-level goal, Council will focus its efforts on the remaining 5 objectives in the internal perspective and the people, learning, and innovation perspective, also known as the foundational perspective. Each objective has been defined and will be measured for success. Behind each internal foundational objective, the reader will find initiatives needed to advance progress in the successful completion of the objectives. It's the intention of Council to report back to citizens on its progress towards the successful completion of the top objective, that of being an open and proactive government that delivers quality services to the citizens and businesses of Portage La Prairie on a yearly basis. Moreover, Council intends to renew the strategy on a yearly basis and provide citizens with an update on its progress. The administrative recommendation is, and I so move, that the Council of the City of Portage La Prairie approve the content of the 2015 to 2018 strategic plan as presented by administration, and that the Council direct administration to renew the strategic plan annually by providing an annual report of current initiatives and measures, as well as present new initiatives for the following year.
And you so move?
I do.
I'll second
Second by
that.
Councillor Dreger. Any comments or questions on the motion? Councillor Dreger?
I just found it encouraging to see the word "done" beside some of our objectives, which means we've had a busy first year, and look forward to achieving the rest of those objectives.
Thank you. Any further comments or questions?
I'm not going to go through the whole document here, but I think it might be of some value just to read the vision and mission statements. Our vision statement is to be a welcoming, diverse community with small-town charm and big city amenities. And the mission statement is to be an open, honest, and proactive government that delivers quality services in a fair and responsible manner while optimizing available resources. That's all I have, Your Worship.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Wall. Okay, all those in favor of the motion? And that's carried. Anything further on finance, Councillor Wall?
That's all I have, Your Worship.
City Planning and Economic Development, Councillor Dreger.
Thank you, Your Worship. We have the August 2015 building reports that were reviewed in committee, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee, Councillor Fraze, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. We have nothing to report as far as business goes, but I would like to echo your comments honoring Chief Carpenter for his award, and just in general noting that our staff act in a professional and responsible manner. We really appreciate their efforts.
Thank you. Waterworks Committee, Councillor Wall.
Nothing to report this evening, Your Worship.
Thank you. Transportation Committee, Councillor Draycott.
Thank you, Your Worship. This evening we have bylaw number 15-8635, no parking on Peleckety Drive for second and third reading. Just to review again, this is the no parking that will be added to Royal Road starting 15 meters from the intersection. This is due to problem with vehicles, specifically large trucks, accessing that road when people tend to park in that area when we have large events at the PCU Center, making it very difficult for those large trucks to get to where they are going. So just to improve the passage of the trucks at the corner, it's recommending that we are putting a no parking sign on the east side of Peleckety from the intersection of Royal Road to a point 30 meters south from the edge of the pavement. Under the Highway Traffic Act, parking is not permitted within 3 meters of an intersection. However, this corner requires a large radius for the trucks to turn, as the parking ban is not sufficient. It is the recommendation that the Council of City of Portage La Prairie authorize the installation of no parking signs on the east side of Peleckety Drive from the edge of the pavement on Royal Road South to a point 30 meters south by giving bylaw number 15-8635 second reading and amend traffic bylaw number 01-8105 and the traffic sign directory accordingly. And I so move.
Moved by Councillor Draycott, seconded by Councillor Wall. Any comments or questions? All those in favor of the motion? And that's carried.
And finally, that bylaw number 15-8635 be read a third time and finally passed, signed, and sealed.
All those in favor of the motion? Sorry. Councillor Fraze? All those in favor of the motion? And that's carried. Anything further from Transportation?
That is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Community Service Committee, Councillor Espy, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. One item, the PCRC annual report. The City of Portage La Prairie entered into a 4-year agreement with the Portage La Prairie Community Revitalization Corporation from March 1st, 2015 to February 28th, 2019. The agreement states that this agreement will be reviewed annually. The PCRC will provide the City with an annual report and a copy of the audited financial statements of the organization to show the appropriate expenditure of funds. The City's Finance Department has been provided with the referenced financial statements. The annual report attached outlines the corporation's initiatives with respect to community building, beautification, and community pride, affordable recreation and leisure, building economic security, and their plan for community and social development. It is the administrative recommendation that the Council of the City of Portage La Prairie review and accept the 2014 and 15 PCRC annual report as presented, and I so move.
You. Seconder on the motion, Councillor Draycott. Any comments or questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion? And that's carried.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councillor Espy. We have no deferred business, but we have new business, TransCanada Billboards and Transportation,
Nope, that's me, I think.
Economic Development.
This is one of those interesting situations where we find ourselves in from time to time where we did wrong and we didn't know we did wrong. In 2007, the TAC committee, as it was known at that time, erected a couple of billboards, one at the east and one at the west end of our, I think the RM, right? Well, one at Carberry, one at the east end of the RM of Portage to Prairie. The original billboards advertising the city of Portage to Prairie went up, and sponsorships were sought to pay for the signs and therefore reduce the cost to the city. There were 6 businesses that purchased a portion of the sign and had their business logo displayed on the bottom of the sign. And these billboards were placed from approximately 2007 to 2013, and there was no concerns or issues that were raised during that time. So then in 2014, when the city rebranded itself with the new logo and the tagline, it was decided that we would update the billboards using the same model as in 2007. There was this was 5-year advertising spots that were sold, and there are 6 businesses advertising on the east sign near Forte and 5 businesses advertising on the west sign near Carberry. The new billboard faces were installed in November of 2014. So this summer, the city received notice from the Highway Traffic Board that it was in violation of the Highways Protection Act, as the city did not have the appropriate permits to have a sign located on private property within 76.2 meters controlled area adjacent to Provincial Highway number 1. When the city contacted the Highway Traffic Board to start the permit approval process, the city was told that the billboards would likely not be approved due to the fact that they displayed more than one sign logo, the city logo, and 6 businesses below, in contravention of the regulations. So we were not aware of the original signs installed in 2007 contravened a Highway Traffic Board regulation. And in 2014, when it was decided to go ahead with the update, the city moved forward with the same premise and used the same model. So the long and the short of it is that we requested further information from the province and asked that they would consider a bridging solution until the end of this new advertising agreement, which they did not agree to. So they came back and suggested the following. Either we move the signs to 76.3 meters from the right-of-way so that they're located outside the controlled area, or move the signs to a location no more than 1 kilometer from the community, Portage to Prairie, making them on-premises signs. Therefore, Section 7(2) of the policy does not apply. Or 3, remove the business logos at the bottom of the sign and leave the billboards in their current locations. So there's several issues that we had with their suggestions, but I guess the one that administration is suggesting we move forward with is that we remove the signs from the bottom of the billboard so that only the city sign remains, and reimburse the advertisement sponsorship. So the recommendation has come forward that the Council of the City of Portage la Prairie authorize administration to remove the business logos at the bottom of the TransCanada tourism billboards and reimburse the businesses for their advertising sponsorship. And I would move that.
Okay, moved by Councillor Drager, seconded by Councillor Espy. Comments or questions?
Just one comment, Your Worship. Speaking with our Director of Finance earlier today, it was recommended that the recommendation also include where the funds would come from, and that the recommendation of our Director that the funds come from the Economic Development Reserve, and that we reimburse the businesses from that reserve. So if if we can make an amendment to the resolution to amend the location of where the funds would come from.
How much is the total?
Be
of it?
about 14,000.
14,000, okay.
We'll
Yes.
we'll prorate the 1 year of advertisement as part of the 5 years.
Okay. I would make that amendment to the recommendation. Council of the City of Portage to Prairie authorize administration to remove the business logos at the bottom of the TransCanada Tourism billboards and reimburse the businesses for their advertising sponsorship from the reserves of the economic development.
That's correct.
Councillor Espy, are you okay with the amendment?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Councillor Fraze?
Just a practical suggestion or question regarding the actual covering up of the business logos. I'm assuming that, not being a sign painter, that they would make some kind of a blank to cover it. My suggestion would be that instead of just a blank, that it contain some reference to the distance to Portage or some controversial kind of tagline, or 7 minutes to Portage or whatever distance it is, some kind of additional information to the main sign.
The thought was to put our website
Or website.
address
That might work.
to that effect,
Yeah.
but not just leave it blank.
Right.
No.
I have a question. Have the businesses been notified?
Not yet.
No.
We wanted to see what
Okay.
you folks wanted to do first.
I had talked to our MLA a while ago, and he had tried to intervene on our behalf with the government minister. The minister responsible is Mr. Ashton, and he was away, and he is away for I think till next Monday. So our MLA did what he could to intervene. There's been no change so far.
This is actually the second extension or second deadline we've been provided by the province. We managed to avoid the first deadline where they wanted to come and remove the signs themselves by exactly engaging our MLA and trying to get some understanding by the province, but that didn't succeed, and the second deadline is actually on this Friday, the 16th of October.
Okay.
So that's part of the reason why we can't wait for Minister Ashton to come back.
Further comments or questions on the motion? So you all have the amended motion in front of you. Would you mind reading that back?
The amended motion is resolved that Council of the City of Portage Prairie authorize administration to remove the business logos at the bottom of the TransCanada Tourism billboards and reimburse the businesses for their advertising sponsorship from the reserves of economic development.
Thank you. Okay, all those in favor of the motion? And that's carried. We have no old business. We have question period. I don't see anybody in our gallery, so I'm going to assume there's no questions from the gallery this evening. We will adjourn at 6:18 p.m. and we will move right into committee. Very small numbers on that committee. Okay. Finance Committee, Councillor Wall, please.
Finance Committee has nothing to report, Your Worship.
Thank you. City Planning and Economic Development Committee, Councillor Dreger.
We have a couple of items in committee tonight, and the first one is the issue of second and third reading being given to bylaw 13-8634, the rezoning NestNet PC 57-15, 633 and 635 Dufferin Avenue East. This is a parcel of land that is currently residential single-family, and the applicants are wishing to rezone it to residential multifamily. I had just a question about the sketch there. It says 9th Street Southeast. Is that really 9th Street? Is that where that is?
Yes.
Really? I thought I drove down 9th Street today and I didn't see Dufferin Avenue or...
Right across from the clinic.
That's correct.
Right in front of the clinics.
Directly across from the clinic.
Of course, I'm directionally challenged. I went to Southwest. Oh dear, pardon me. So that's an item that'll be coming to council in 2 weeks from now. The other is the variation PC 66-15, Boston Pizza, Lovett Signs, and Neon Ink. I understand that this sign has already been put in place. Is that correct? So we will be looking for approval on a sign variation that is already in place. I've driven by Boston Pizza and I think the sign looks great, so I don't see a problem with it. I'm just wondering, why did it go up before?
Most people do things before they're allowed to.
Most people? All right. And unless there's any questions about those two items, that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Dreger. Public Safety Committee, Councillor Fraze.
Thank you, Worship. Public Safety Committee has nothing to report.
Thank you. Waterworks Committee, Councillor Wall.
Yes, Your Worship. Although this has been on Portage Online and on This Week in Portage, I think it's appropriate that it be read into the official record at Council too. Another one of our city employees was recognized at the recent Western Canada Water Association conference in Winnipeg. Michael Sandney, manager of the Water Treatment Division, received the H.M. Bailey Award. Western Canada Water H.M. Bailey Award was established in 1959 to acknowledge long, faithful, and meritorious service in the field of public water and wastewater works. Mike's a longtime employee of the city, started in 1983 in various positions around the city, became a water treatment plant operator in '88, and has since acquired the highest level of water treatment operator certification at level 4. In 2004, Mike was promoted to the position of Water Treatment Division Foreman, and in 2013 promoted to Water Treatment Division Manager. So congratulations to Mike.
Thank you, Councillor Wall. Transportation Committee, Councillor Draycott, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. I do have two items in committee this evening. The first one is just for information only. It's Household Hazardous Waste Day that was held earlier in September. So there's just a little bit of information about the day that was at City Operations Building. Considered a success, though there were 140 vehicles that came to the event, which is down slightly, but the amount of waste that was dropped off during the day was slightly higher than last year. So I have had people contact me directly and thank me for operations for having this available to people within the city of Portage to get rid of their items that are a little bit more delicate that shouldn't be going to our landfill in an appropriate manner. So thank you again to operations for having that, and the information is there if you want to peruse what actually was brought in during Hazardous Waste Day. And the second item that will be coming to council next time would be the changes in the locations of the school speed zone signage and changes to the no parking, loading, and bus loading zones. That's bylaw 15-8637. So included in this is changes so that school speed zone signage will be, the beginning and the end of it will be on the same spot on both sides of the street, but no other changes to our signage on that front. And then we do have no parking and loading and bus loading zones that are changing at Fort Lorraine, North Memorial, and in front of Wee World daycare areas. Some of those were brought about by just location of where the bus is picking up and dropping off, changing, and some were concerns from the public that perhaps we needed to look at those signage again and see if there was a better placement for what was happening there. So there is quite a report there for everybody to peruse so they know exactly where the signage changes are going to be. But if there's any questions, I can try to help out.
Any questions from council? Okay.
And that would conclude my report.
Okay, thank you. And Community Services Committee, Councillor Espy.
Thank you, Worship. The Community Services Committee has nothing to report.
We are adjourned at committee at 6:25 p.m.